Well, it took about 8 years, but I'm pretty sure right now, finally, at long last, I can officially say that meditation is part of my routine. Yes, it took quite a while for it to become a habit for me. I've had periods where I got it to stick for a little bit, but it wouldn't be long before I would fall out of practice. Usually feeling like I don't have enough time, and that I wasn't feeling a whole lot better after doing it. And the idea of struggling to sit still for 10 minutes outweighed what I knew the positive benefits would be. You've heard them all: stress reduction, anxiety reduction, improved attention span, improved sleep, overall better health. The evidence for an improved life goes on and on. So how did I get here? Honestly, I'm not too sure what finally solidified it as a non-negotiable part of my day. But I think what it really was recently was when I really dedicated myself to it, I was associating the thought of meditation more with the positive feeling that I have after meditating. And I think that's what finally clicked within me to make it happen more regularly. And now it's a daily occurrence. I usually carve out some time in the 3 o'clock hour to do a 10-minute meditation, usually the daily one from the app Headspace. And like I said, after the 10 minutes I'd spend listening to the guided meditation, the feeling of calm it gave me upon first opening my eyes is the feeling I'm looking forward to that keeps me coming back. The world feels still. I feel this perfect balance of rested without feeling sleepy or too energized. And the best part is, I usually feel this regardless of how restless my mind is during meditation. People paint this picture of meditation as this no thoughts, head empty enlightenment, and quickly get discouraged when you can't stop your thoughts from flooding in, and that when you can't control your thoughts, you're failing.
Control, you must learn control.
And I feel like the message countering that idea is usually just, yeah, that happens to beginners, keep going, or like, yeah, just notice your thoughts and then come right back to the meditation. And while those things are true, I'm just popping in to say kind of another perspective on all this, that my mind is usually pretty restless when I meditate. Like, I have not really gotten to a point where I know what no thoughts, head empty feels like, and I still feel great after I'm done meditating. No matter how distracted I end up, I still feel the calming benefits of just taking a break to turn inward for 10 minutes out of my day. Giving myself the opportunity to put my thoughts and worries and to-do list on pause just for 10 minutes and tell myself, hey, don't worry about that. Just take a break. Yeah, you're gonna take care of all that in 10 minutes, but for now, just pause and breathe. Just cutting in real quick to share what I think is kind of the power of meditation. I just went into one right now, just, not really feeling that great. I was really antsy the entire time, and the biggest thing that was on my mind when I started meditating was like, oh my god, I have no idea what I'm gonna have for lunch. I have no idea what's in the fridge. I'm pretty sure there's absolutely nothing in there, and just like trying not to mull over that the entire time that I was in meditation. And then in the last maybe like minute or 30 seconds after a 10-minute meditation, it just hits me, oh my god, I have these frozen meals that my mom ordered from like some low FODMAP program or something like that she gave me a couple of them. I don't know, I feel like that perfectly exemplifies like going in like, with a really worried and busy mind, but then just giving it a couple minutes. Like, I didn't even check the fridge before I went into meditating, like giving my brain just a couple minutes just to calm down, center itself, and then like the answer being like right there. Thanks, Mom. And one thing I do that helps me not get too swept up in those kind of thoughts is just take a couple minutes to journal before I go into my meditation. Not so much my thoughts and feelings or reflections on the day, more just to keep track of my to-do list or other things that I have forgotten about until then, so I'm confident that they are written down and ready for me to come back to, instead of them coming up during my meditation and feeling pressured to remember to do them later. Something I'm doing instead of shaming myself for spending so much time thinking while in meditation and not enough time reaching enlightenment has been really evaluating what my thoughts were during the meditation after it's done. I'm trying to pay closer attention to if my thoughts were overly negative or worrisome. If I find that they were, I'm taking that as a sign to address them in whatever way is appropriate, whether it be taking action or just honoring and accepting their presence. But recently I noticed the thoughts that come to me the most during meditation are actually just creative ideas. Ideas for videos or shots or new angles and approaches for stuff that I'm working on. And while my goal is not to get too swept up in thinking and staying in a gentle focus on my breath and body, I've started coming out of these meditations feeling more grateful for these thoughts being there, for creativity being the default rather than negativity and anxiety. Besides, there's plenty of time in the rest of my day for that. All that said, pretty much every headspace meditation concludes with being guided to just allow the brain to do whatever it wants.
Just let go of any focus at all. Let the mind do whatever it wants to do.
And the cruel irony is when I get to that point and I've been given explicit permission to let my thoughts run wild, my brain just kind of says, nah, I'm good. And that ends up being the strongest feeling of no thoughts, head empty I have during the entire meditation. So this has definitely been a little bit of a rough day for me. Just a whole lot going on, not a lot of breathing room. I have a bit of a headache right now, and it's definitely a lot later than it usually is when I meditate. I usually try to get it in like 3 o'clock hour, and it's definitely pushing 5 o'clock right about now. But I want to keep consistent with it. I want to make sure I'm still doing it no matter what time of day it is. And I'm just curious to see how I'll feel now, mentally and physically with my head compared to after the meditation. So, yeah. That actually was pretty nice. My head still hurts a little bit, but it is more faint than it was before. The part of the meditation where it just encourages to check in with how the body is feeling and just notice all of the feelings of the body. It's like I was very focused, like, yeah, my head feels like shit right now. But it was actually really nice to give it a space and time to just allow it to be the way it is. You're like, all right, if you want to feel like shit, you know? Instead of like the rest of the day where I'm feeling like I'm pushing through the headache to get done what I gotta get done. Being able to give your mind and your body that space just to exist and not fight it and just to notice it, that's like so beneficial in so many ways. So there you have it, just a couple of my own personal experiences on finally being able to follow through on making meditation a habit. I cannot guarantee that everybody will have as positive of an experience as I have, and I know that there are plenty of others who have had even more profound experiences with meditation that I am currently having. But I did just want to put it out there that you do not have to be a meditation guru in order to experience positive benefits from meditation. Just the act of taking a couple minutes out of your day just to sit still, be with yourself, check in, put the rest of the world on pause, can make a huge difference in life. Thank you so much for watching.